Hi, it's Andrea from Boxes with Andrea, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about what wellness means to me. Because well is right in my name. And I wanted to start by saying that it also kind of goes back to 2009 when I started my blog, and it had the word wellness and Andrea in it. I wrote this blog for over 10 years, and I started the blog when I had a toddler and a teenager at the time, and I took care of everyone except myself. And the blog was really a way for me to focus on my own wellness. And I have said this over the years many times. My kind of wellness is the non-shiny kind. There's not necessarily something wrong with the shiny kind of wellness, but I think the foundations is where it is at, and the foundations will make the big difference in your life. And I think when things get derailed, coming back to the foundation is where you will see the improvements. So for me, that is nutritious food, it's movement, and it's mindfulness of some sort. So for nutritious food, I just believe in eating as close to nature as I can without worrying too much if sometimes something else sneaks in. I have a personal goal to eat 30 different fruits and vegetables every week. There's nothing magical about the number 30. I came across it at one point and I just picked that number. It made me actually eat a much wider variety of fruits. I used to not eat fruits, not because I thought fruits were bad, but because I didn't really like fruit. When I was growing up, my mom grew her own apples and she would store them in the cellar and we would eat them all year. And they at one point were super dry and just not pleasant. And I don't know, I never liked apples and I didn't like bananas, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. So anyway, the 30 fruits and vegetables, it's mainly vegetables, but I also eat a much wider variety of fruit now. Not a huge amount of it, but berries, for example, blueberries and blackberries and strawberries and raspberries, things like that. I eat those quite often. And the better I eat and the more I plan to eat nutritious food, the better I feel. I build my meals around vegetables and protein, and then add other things to it. Movement, I like to move, and so I walk pretty much every day. I live in a climate where I can walk every day. I know that is very lucky. And I lift weights 2 to 3 times a week. It's always full body workouts at this time. I sometimes switch that up a little bit. I also do Pilates 2 to 3 times a week, usually more like 2. And I run several times a week, and then usually one longer hike, and I adjust it per week. But daily movement is non-negotiable. Lifting weights at least 2 times. 2 very good full body strength training sessions are an absolute non-negotiable for me. I also think it is important to work on your mind. And so for myself, that means short meditations every day. And that's really my definition of wellness. I think the term wellness has been a little bit hijacked in a way. Again, not to say that the shiny kind cannot have its place, but I do think the foundation has to be there. And So that's what I wanted to talk about today, because wellness is in my name. Again, it goes all the way back to 2009 was my first blog. I have had my social media accounts, Well Andrea, at least since 2013. Probably Twitter before that. I'm not on Twitter anymore, but I'm on Instagram, Threads, YouTube as Well Andrea, for all those years. And so I thought it was important to talk about that a little bit. Okay, have a great day and keep moving.